If the next male character that gets released is I gotta get out of here. I'm gonna go. I'm jumping off the ledge.
People get very opinionated about this conversation, right?
You don't need a special organs that only males or females have to play the game.
Maybe this is just a me problem, but I have horrendous luck.
I don't think Brand is actually gonna sell as well as people think.
Me
as
too.
well.
They are probably cooking something. We just have to wait.
I think one of the things that people will say, because people get very opinionated about this conversation, right? And I think it's very clear. I'm always the type of person who wants to try to build bridges rather than burn them. And one of the things that I personally like to kind of put out there is that I don't want less female characters.
Same.
More male characters.
Exactly.
And I think that is very much possible to do. In particular, and I'm not trying to relegate all the male characters in this direction, but just generally speaking, more 4 stars. Like, adding more 4 stars to the game and making a decent amount of those characters men would also help with the ratio disparity, right?
2 birds, 1 stone.
Exactly. And so I think that's just really important. Now, maybe you all have a differing opinion than that, but like I said,
Do you know that we don't have a single 4-star Spectra user in the game?
Not yet, no.
I'm just
yeah.
all for more 4 stars in general.
Sounds
It
like
just
a
sounds like
perfect
good
male
idea.
character. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, like I obviously would be nice to have more limited 5 stars because they get more attention, they get more marketing, all that stuff. However, I think that sometimes the 4 stars can get a bit. I would say that's something that really helps, free-to-play players build good teams and stuff. Is 4 stars. So good 4 stars matter a lot, bro. Everyone uses Sanhua, regardless of whether they really care about her or not. She's very good. So I think more 4-star.
Sanhua, Mortifi, and Dungeon. 3 of the best characters in the game.
Yeah, they're all incredible. So if they made for example, you've got Jinchi, right? And she, let's say you don't have Yinlin, you don't have Joja, then you can use Yuanwu, even down at level 20 as a free-to-play friendly support. Does that mean that you care about Yuanwu? Maybe not, but he's a guy and he's usable. So if they just do something like that, I actually don't even think that's a bad idea at all.
Oh yeah, I was just thinking, actually the thing about the 4 stars got me thinking, I think since the game launched, the only 4 stars that were new were both girls, unless I'm forgetting somebody, Yohu and Lumi.
Yep.
Lumi, yep.
Yeah, Yoo-hoo and Lumi.
So yeah, I think more males are needed both in 4 stars and 5 stars now that you bring up that point.
Yeah, and if I can touch on the whole 4-star argument here, I will admit that after the 2.1 live stream, I did have this moment of getting on the ledge and thinking about quitting Wuthering Waves entirely, based on the fact that we got a teaser for 2 more female characters coming out, and I think that one of the biggest struggles as a husbando main, potentially 3, we'll see what happens, but the biggest struggle as a husbando main is that we don't know when we're going to get the next male character, right? We don't know who's going to come after Brant. We don't know how long we have to wait to even get that announcement for somebody coming in the future. And I think that that's the most painful part. Am I gonna have to wait 6 months to find out that a male character is coming? Or will 2.2, will they tease a new male character? And I think that sprinkling in a 4-star male character between these back-to-back waifu banners would help I guess calm this, is this game ever going to appeal to me anxiety that I guess husbando mains face with whether or not they should stick to this and stick it out and see if it changes, or if it's just really not going to be for us at the end of the day. Yeah. So
one thing, I recently had a post on Twitter, I don't know if anyone has seen it, about this exact thing. I'm not saying that I want more males in the sense of I want them to replace the female characters. I want them in addition to the female characters. Have all these female characters, these 3 possibly 3 that we could see in this latest update. Have these 3 and 1 or 2 male characters as well. I'm sure they can do that, but I think the problem with this conversation is that you are completely right, is that the ones that don't really care for male characters, say Siren and Juice WRLD, I'm sure you're fine with playing female characters, but you prefer male characters and you're not really that much interested in female characters. Same thing, there are guys that which aren't that much interested in male characters, they prefer female characters. And there are some that I think are a little bit too sensitive. Like when we have this conversation, like, we want more male characters, they think that we're trying to take something away from them. And I don't know why this is a zero-sum game. There's no rule that says that you have to have just one character per half of the patch. Like, why can't you just release 2 new characters? I mean, it's more work for the devs, I'm sure, but they get paid a lot more. They get paid a lot of money. I'm sure they can like fork out just a little bit more. The thing is, though, as well, they already have PGR. They already have a library of really decent male characters. They can just pull straight from there and it's like, boop, boop, male character right there. They don't have to do that much more in terms of like creating and designing these male characters, like kit-wise. They already have a backlog of them as well. It's really weird. Like people get so sensitive. Like they think that we're trying to. That people are arguing for more male characters. They when we say that, they hear no female characters, and that's not the conversation that's being had. And I think they really need to like calm down and listen to what's actually being said. If I ever see someone say I don't want female characters in this game or no female characters, I was like no, you are wrong. You are completely out of bounds. Like that's not what's being argued here. Again, same thing for people against no male characters. I think you're wrong. I think we should be at an relatively equal, a fair balance of both male and female characters. I think that'd be a decent position.
Honestly, I don't know what other people's like expectations for like their ratios are for male characters in Wuthering Waves, but me coming from Genshin Impact, I'm used to only receiving 2 to 3 like tall male characters per year. So it's like I would be more than happy if I only got 2 tall male characters in Ryyuku. Like I would be perfectly fine with that. I just want to know that it's going to happen or that it's coming. I don't want to sit here and wait and just wonder and it just like never comes, or it comes like 6 months down the line where I'm like, well, I just like was out here on the ledge for 6 months. Yeah.
So I think this is what I think. I think there's a guarantee that there will at least be 2 a year. At least.
I hope, yeah.
That there's a huge update every 6 months, right? That they said that themselves.
Right.
Huge update. And with a huge update, you're likely going to get either 1, a brand new host of characters, or 2, a significant announcement of characters, if that makes sense. Whether it be, like I said, brand new hosts because we're getting a new region, or just a new, like I said, because it's 6 months, right? That means that likely it's going to at least be an expansion of a region or something. And with that, another evolution to the story. Because as of right now, based on the teaser that we got, that's going to take us all the way to May, I believe. Somebody like clocked it out, the 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, so forth, so on. So that's going to take us out to like May, which is essentially the 6 month line. After that point, we're going to either once again get a brand new a region or expansion to Ryyuku. And so at that point, I highly doubt that they're going to once again, like I said, it will probably be similar to Ryyuku, where it's just like brand new amount of characters to pull for, and there's likely going to be a guy in there, basically similar to how Brent is like the one for this first 6 months. Like I said, so I think if they keep at this route of like big update every 6 months, likely we'll at least get 2. At least I think that's a fair thought process. Obviously we'll see, and then like I said, if they implement some 4 stars or something like that, then we could possibly get 2.5, if you want to call it 3. But yeah, so hopefully that helps.
I feel bad to say this, but if the next male character that gets released is short like Ling Yang, I gotta get out of here. I'm gonna go. I'm jumping off the ledge.
I do actually want to tell you something, Siren, that might
yes,
that might give you some some hope. So essentially, I was complaining to my friend the other day about the 2.2 teaser. I'm like, listen, this looks amazing, but I'm really disappointed that it's just there's just no men in sight even after the survey. However, what my friend told me in response was, don't be worried, because yes, the characters for the next few months are going to be female, and that's because they were probably planned quite a while in advance. And his assumption is that these characters take months to make. Now, Kuro Games made those character designs before Brant's popularity, before everyone was like, wow, look at Brant, he's so cool. So now they sent out the surveys. Now they have the information on how many people actually care about male characters. So let's be real, it's going to be rough for a few months. We are only going to get females for the next couple of patches. But afterwards, we're going to see the result of those surveys. And there's also going to be like Brant's banner sales and stuff. So yes, we do need to brace ourselves for a dry period. However, what my friend said about how characters take months to be finalized, they are probably cooking something. We just have to wait.
So what I will say is, I am absolutely willing to wait until 3.0 to see like what they're cooking with that. And my like only criteria really for 3.0 is if I can at least see one more male character. So if I can see 2 male characters, they don't have to both be 5 stars. It could be a 5-star and a 4-star. If I could just see 2 male characters get announced or maybe appear in the story as like, oh, someone's gonna come down the line, then I would be more than content. Just 2, that's all I'm asking for. I feel like that's not a tall order, but I guess maybe that could be.
It's too many, clearly, Siren, obviously.
2, that's all I want, 2.
Hey, you. Do the thing.